Hello and welcome to Capital TV Online News. My name is Olive Burrows and these are the stories making headlines. A Kenyan in the US has pleaded guilty to supporting 3 different terrorist organizations. 27-year-old Mohamed Hussein Said has admitted to providing money and recruits in Syria and Somalia. According to the U.S. Justice Department, Said has pleaded guilty to sending money and recruits to Al-Qaeda, its affiliate Al-Nusra Front, and the Al-Qaeda-linked Shabab militants in Somalia. The opposition has accused the Jubilee administration of lacking the political will to fully implement the 2/3 gender rule. Quad leader Raila Odinga and NARC Kenya's Martha Karua have opposed the National Assembly's Justice and Legal Affairs Committee proposal that the implementation deadline of August 27th be postponed. In December of 2012, the Supreme Court found that the constitutional provision that no more than 2/3 of the National Assembly and Senate members should be of the same gender should be implemented within 5 years of the promulgation of the Constitution, which is this August 27th.
And I am inviting His Excellency the President and his Jubilee coalition to also show support for the women of Kenya and remind them that in Rwanda, in Uganda, in Tanzania, and even in Burundi, where they have fulfilled the 2/3 gender requirement, it is through the initiative of their respective presidents leading the way.
Nyeri Governor Gachagua says his county government will not pay 27 million shillings to the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology for auditing services rendered. Gachagua, who was questioned by Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission detectives over the payment on Thursday, says his government will not pay over and above 3 million as the auditing services JQ had provided were on a government-to-government partnership basis. The university lodged a complaint with the anti-graft body demanding that the county pay an amount of 27 million shillings for the auditing services they provided to coffee societies in the county.
There is some 30 million shillings that is being claimed by Jomo Kenyatta JQ cut, yeah, and it is my view and the view of the county government that for the service that they have rendered, only 3 million shillings is payable, and therefore we have refused to pay 27 million shillings. Therefore, I'm here to clarify why we are not paying, and we are not paying because we think the money is not due. All right. So this is not a case of misuse of public funds; it's a case of coming to clarify why we are not allowing that particular payment.
What is in a name? Well, the National Cohesion and Integration Commission says peace. NCIC Chairman Francis Ole Kaparo is proposing the renaming of all counties and constituencies which bear names similar to the ethnic communities that reside there. He said this move will help dissuade ethnic clashes. This means constituencies such as Kikuyu, Taita Taveta, Marakwet East and South, Teso East and South, and counties such as West Pokot, Turkana, Samburu, Tharaka, Meru, Embu, Kisii, Nandi will have to undergo change to a neutral name agreeable to the communities. Kaparo was speaking when he met professionals from the Samburu, Turkana, Pokot, Tugen, Rendile, El Molo, and Borana communities on Thursday. Muhammadu Buhari becomes Nigeria's new head of state after winning the first opposition victory over a sitting head of state in the nation's history. The 72-year-old takes charge of Africa's most populous nation, which is facing crises on several fronts, from severe economic turmoil to Boko Haram's still raging Islamist insurgency. The inauguration comes 32 years after the former army general seized power in a military coup. He was ousted after 20 months in office. Buhari has described himself as a converted Democrat and vowed to lead an administration committed to the needs of Nigeria's 173 million people by cracking down on the scourge of corruption. But analysts say his first task may be managing the expectations of a nation that has struggled for decades with woeful infrastructure, crippling unemployment, and widespread unrest.
Boko Haram is being combated already. You can see the army, they have actually recorded success in the area of Boko Haram. And we expect that when it comes on stage, it will consolidate on the success that have already been recorded.
Still on the international front, South African President Jacob Zuma will not have to repay any of the public money spent on upgrades to his private residence that included a swimming pool. Last year, the country's ombudswoman found that Zuma and his family had unduly benefited from the work on his home and recommended that he repay some of the money. Under public pressure, Zuma then nominated the Minister of Police, who is a Zuma appointee, to determine how much he should repay. But the minister has concluded that the swimming pool was a fire pool needed to fight any blaze in the mainly thatched compound, while the cattle kraal and the chicken run were necessary to prevent the animals tripping motion detectors as they roamed about. A visitors center was also a security feature, he ruled, and what the public prosecutor described as an amphitheater was in fact a series of terraced retaining walls. The minister showed a press conference several videos to support the findings, including one of a fire hose pumping water from the swimming pool. On to the business front, where Safaricom and the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries have embarked on a joint initiative to distribute fertilizer using technology. The solution, named e-Fertilizer Subsidy Management System, is an electronic vouchering solution that has been specially developed for the ministry by Safaricom, allowing farmers to access vouchers via their mobile phones. It will also enable the government to plan for future requirements in terms of fertilizer types and quantities. Now let's take a look at how the Kenya shilling is trading against the US dollar, the euro and the sterling pound. On to sports, where FIFA President Sepp Blatter headed into a re-election vote on Friday, adamant that only he can clean up the world's most popular sport. This was to the dismay of critics who want to issue a red card to his 17-year rule. The boss of football's governing organization brazened it out after governments joined leading figures of the global game, along with deep-pocketed sponsors, in crying foul over FIFA's corruption scandal. Blatter spoke hours after a showdown with European football chief Michel Platini, who professed himself sickened and disgusted and called on him to quit for the good of the game. Blatter spoke hours after a showdown with European football chief Michel Platini, who professed himself sickened and disgusted and called on him to quit for the good of the game. 7 top football officials were arrested when Swiss police raided FIFA headquarters Wednesday as part of an inquiry into the awarding of the 2018 and 2022 World Cups to Russia and Qatar, respectively. Those arrested in Zurich were among 14 people accused in a U.S. federal indictment of taking more than $14.7 billion in bribes.
On a commencé ensemble en 1998. C'était à Singapour qu'on s'est mis.
I told him, listen, Sepp, we started together in 1998. It was in Singapore when we agreed on the future of FIFA. We have won together, we have worked together. Today I'm asking you to leave FIFA, to resign from FIFA, because the image is bad. We can't continue like that.
Je suis dépité.
For more on these and other stories, please stay tuned to www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV. In the comment section below, please feel free to give us your thoughts on the latest corruption scandal to rock FIFA. I'm Olive Barrows. Thank you for watching.